I'll be the first to say I'm sorry, Blonde Blazer. And I'll be honest, I was far from a hater of this character, but I did have my doubts about what she was and frankly what she was all about. But she deserves an apology from anybody who questioned her or really hated on her for, in all honesty, no reason. Because she truly proved every single person wrong. If you full on hated her, or you maybe were like, I don't know, maybe she's this, maybe she's that, maybe you were on kind of my side of like, I don't trust her a little bit, we still all really need to give her an apology. Now, for those who just believed her outright in the beginning, hey man, you're good. You're fine. Now, with that said, I definitely was in the category of minorly kind of questioning what she was, but in all honesty, she really deserves an apology. And it didn't take much for me to come around to her, right, and to understand what was happening, but it did have some questions in terms of her possibly being Shroud's daughter, but mainly her relationship with Phenomenon and how she seemingly was flirting with you, or, well, Robert, right, technically, while still in that relationship. But even if you look at it as this idea of it's bad that she was doing these things, which to an extent it was, she was on the outs of the relationship and made sure to stop the relationship stuff that were potentially happening between Robert and her, so that she could basically go out of her way to make sure that she ends the relationship with Phenomenon before anything else happens. Now, that is why she rejects Robert in the first place, and we could sit here and judge her and call her a cheater, but at the same time, if you look at the relationship she had, she was obviously yearning for a real emotional connection and most likely was trying to find her way out, even though there was so much pressure from the world itself about this so-called power couple. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Blonde Blazer and Phenomenon. On paper, in terms of the public, it was most likely looked at as if it couldn't get better than this. This couple was goals of all goals, but it wasn't that, right? It wasn't what everybody else looked at it to be. Maybe to an extent, for a little bit, she really enjoyed the relationship. She liked it. He was a good person, because that's what he is. To his core, he is a good person, but he didn't really have the emotions that a regular person would have. And that really did mess with Blonde Blazer. And not only was Mandy insecure about her being that Blonde Blazer side or having that Blonde Blazer side, she also was looked at as if she was the pinnacle of superheroes. So it was difficult for her to even love the Mandy side of herself. And we see that in full display when she questions if Robert will actually like the non-Blonde Blazer or powerful version of herself. And frankly, it makes the scene even better. If you didn't kiss Blonde Blazer in the first episode and you kiss her now, giving her that confidence as Mandy, it's just an amazing thing to see, especially because she entirely was questioning that Blonde Blazer side of her. Is this the real her? Is the Blonde Blazer the only version of her that she should be proud of? How can she be proud of the Mandy side of her as well? And helping her get more comfortable with that side of herself is a pretty big kind of component of what makes Blonde Blazer such an awesome character as well. Shoot, she even wants us to go on another date with you, or wants to go on another date with Robert / you, however you want to look at it. And she gives you the option to choose who you want to go out with. Do you want to go out with Mandy, or do you want to go out with Blonde Blazer? And I personally put Mandy on my second playthrough. Obviously, my first playthrough being the Invisigal route. Now, with that said, that's what I put. I put Mandy because I thought that would make her feel way more comfortable with that side of herself, right? You can tell that she's still kind of questioning what she is, what that other side is. And the fact is, you're able to make her feel more comfortable with that side of herself. But in all honesty, you just have a good opportunity to help her just accept no matter what version of her she may portray. Kind of showing her like, dude, you should be proud of both of these versions of characters. Mandy or Blonde Blazer, they are both amazing people. They are both still you. So you should not be worried about the differences and how people look at each one, right? How they look at Blonde Blazer or how they look at Mandy, and don't try to stray away from one or the other. And that's something that is really, really awesome to watch through the kind of growth of what Blonde Blazer is. But that's not it. In terms of obviously the owing her an apology, that's not the only things I want to talk about and break down, because even beyond dating her and those aspects of like the love interest stuff, there are 2 different times that she comes in clutch, like straight up clutch, even if you aren't actually romancing her. And the first one is when Shroud captures you. Yeah, Shroud captures you and she comes to the rescue, giving us the most insane aura-filled moment you have ever freaking scene. And oh my goodness, when I saw this scene, when she kicked down that door and she was telling them that there's going to be SDA agents or SDN agents and heroes all alike surrounding this building in 5 minutes, and they better get out of here now, they kind of, they step up to the plate and they're kind of like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure, yeah, totally, there's gonna be that, right? But Blonde Blazer is obviously not messing around, and she tells them straight up, right? Like, look, all the villains here, yeah, if I fight, there's a good chance that I fall, right? That I'm gonna fall because there's so many of you and I'll eventually get overwhelmed, but I'm gonna take out half of you guys. Like, I'm going to make sure that half of you go back in body bags. And that right there, when I heard her say that, I was like, oh my goodness, that is cold. That is nasty. Like, that was the best moment that I've seen from Blonde Blazer to this point, and probably really throughout the entire story, is really showing the aura and the power that she really and legitimately has. We have seen some powerful beings, right? We have seen some powerful heroes here and there. Phenomenon is very, very strong. He has talked about some of the things he could do, right? Like, oh, I'm going to go fly up to the sun and I'm going to extinguish it, essentially. But watching Blonde Blazer stand in front of a room full of augmented villains and go, I freaking dare you. That if you try to take me down, shoot, it doesn't matter. We have more people showing up, and I'm still finna take out half of you. That right there, I was like, oh my goodness. And especially with my Invisigal playthrough, I was like, oh my. It made me question everything. I was questioning it. I love Invisigal. Like, she still would be my main choice for love interest, but how cold Blonde Blazer was in this moment, it really made me question a lot of things. I mean, it just showed what she really was, and that is one real hero. She was a true hero, and Shroud was right? Shroud said it himself that she is a real hero. He spouted it out. He was like, don't be disrespectful to the one and only. Don't be disrespectful to the one true real hero that may still exist in this world. And when a villain that is disgusting and horrible and treats people like garbage, and he's flat out admitted himself that he is evil, and he's giving respect to a hero like this, you know you're doing something right. When a villain is basically giving you your props about how good of a hero and how amazing and how real of a hero you are, you know you're doing something right. But how about this? Not only can she give off and show off her power to basically show us like what level she's at, and basically show us that that she deserves an apology from us because, all the doubt was cleared up basically in this cold moment. How about the second one, when she gives Chase the amulet? I'm sure all of us felt the moment when Chase ran off, when he told us, keep up. That moment hit different. That moment was different than anything that I felt throughout the entirety of Dispatch. And when you get the moment where you see him, you've seen him multiple times in a hospital bed. You've seen Chase multiple times just gone, right? You're worried about him. You want him to survive, but then you get the moment where Blonde Blazer, aka Mandy, the girl Mandy, gives Chase the amulet, allowing him to be a hero once again, saving him from his original fate of, let's be honest, basically death, because she is now comfortable, right, with both Mandy and Blonde Blazer specifically. Now, obviously, if you go the Invisigal routes, you don't really have this moment with Mandy or with, like, the non-Blonde Blazer, right? You get the other version, right? If you're with the Invisigal, you don't see Mandy. You don't see that the whole amulet thing happens, right? Your Robert should be shocked in that moment because he's like, oh my goodness, I didn't know you can do that, because I wasn't even there when you did that. Because she doesn't show you this if you go the Invisigal route. But still, it kind of gives you a little sense of maybe you still were able to affect her in a different way. Yeah, was she questioning herself? Was she, questioning what she was in terms of Blonde Blazer and Mandy, like that difference? For sure. But maybe just you being there, even if you weren't romancing her, you being there and the person that you are, aka Robert, who the person Robert is, allowed her to kind of, uplift herself and be like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about what's better, what's worse, who am I truly. I'm going to accept myself no matter what. And if you're not romancing her, I can still see it that way, right? That Robert was able to get across from her even without romancing her, and get her to understand, like, I need to be comfortable with myself. And she also knew, smart play by her, that Shroud would not have known about the amulet. Shroud would have no idea that she has this so-called powerful amulet that basically anybody could use. And at the end of the day, he was shocked by it, caught off guard by it, and it was a big component of the eventual defeat of Shroud himself. So yeah, at the end of the day, all of that Blonde Blazer or Mandy proves, right? At the end of the day, she proves that the hate for her ended up not being really justified at all. And even if you did like Invisigal more, which I respect it, right? I respect it, and I love Invisigal. I thought I enjoyed Invisigal more, right? That was my first playthrough. But we still have to respect one of the last true real heroes, and that is Blonde Blazer. Now, I got to admit, I think I can speak for everyone when I say that the haters owe her an apology. Straight up owe her that apology. I don't know what you got to do, write a form or whatever, but damn, she deserves that apology. You can still be like, hey, I'm not really a big fan of Blonde Blazer. Hey, that's fine. But if you were on the train of like, I don't like her because of this, and this, because, because Shroud, or because she's possibly Shroud's daughter, or basically, she essentially cheated, which in all honesty, that really wasn't anywhere near that bad. And there are so many factors that kind of comb into the idea of her basically even being way more friendly than she should have been with Robert in that first episode. I kind of had to like really look at it objectively, and it just wasn't as clear cut as you cheat or you don't cheat, right? I truly believe that, but maybe you guys disagree with that. Maybe some of y'all disagree. Maybe, most of y'all don't. Maybe a lot of y'all do. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that is what I truly believe. I truly believe that the haters do owe Miss Blonde Blazer, or Miss Blazer, one hell of an apology. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment down below, all that good stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did enjoy this video, YouTube believes you'll enjoy this one, so might as well go check it out.